Alright guys, real quick, this might be a little bit hard to see with so much going on in the background. So this is another rig I just built. Sorry, all my kids are outside playing. This is all 3070s. These are all 3070 Ti's. These are a little bit better than the LHRs. Although I'm using currently at the time of this video T-Rex miner with dual mining. So these are 3 out of 4 Zotac Trinities. In fact, I've got number 4 right here I've got to put in. And then these are 4 of the Founders Edition 3070s. I am using risers 009S with the LEDs, which is kind of cool. At least they give you an idea what's going on with the risers when they do shit on you. Make sure you always have extras. I got a bag of them around here somewhere. RTX3070 or S30, not 3070, 37 or S37 as some people know it. 50mm spacing. I use these guys. I used to use the 65mm where the guards could fit on each slot, but they're so close together, they generate so much heat, the temperatures would just shoot up. It's just not good. I don't care what kind of fan you put on it, they're just too close to one another and they just cook one another. My other rigs, and I'll show you that at the end of this video, they're all, and you can see I've got holes here, here, and here, so they're all on one rack. I do Ethereum mining and currently Ergo. I do some Raven from time to time, but it doesn't matter because really even on Ethereum, the TI cards, the GDDR-X6, whatever it is, you know, the memory temperature on those just cook. I have redone a lot of the thermal pads, not on these, but on a lot of my other ones, and that did help. I've got fans on them, and that helps. But this rig here, I did a little bit different. I did 2 layers, and I spaced out my GPUs because I want to see if this is going to allow me to keep my temperatures a little bit lower than if they were all right next to one another. So it's kind of an experimental rig. If I don't like it, I'll chop it up, redo it. It's no big deal. I got plenty of material. I'm gonna flip it around here in just a second so you guys can see the power supplies I'm using, and I'll explain how I'm using them and what I'm using them for and all that good stuff. So hold tight, I'll be right back. Alright, so the power supplies I normally use are a little bit smaller than this, but I tell you what, I like this one a lot better, and I'll tell you why. But because of that, I ran out of room on the board to put my solid state. Normally I use M.2 onboard solid states. This time I had an extra, just your 2.5-inch solid state, so it's actually mounted up under here. Okay, that's already been programmed, did all that last night. I do use Windows 10 to be specific. Running HP 1200 watt power PSU, server PSU. Remember, this is only 1200 watts if you're running 220, 240 to it. If you're running 110, 120, 115, whatever you want to call it, you're only getting 900 max. And remember, we're only supposed to do 80% of that, so you're talking, what, 750? So keep that in mind when you buy these 1200 watt PSUs. This is just your standard Chinese 1600 watt 8 GPU PSUs. But let me tell you something, I love them. I know a lot of people talk shit about them. I've had them, I've used them for years, I've never had any problems. I take that back, I did have one go bad a long time ago, but I had Square Trade on it and called them up, told them what was going on. They sent me the money back to the PSU. By that time I had already, Amazon primed another one because any downtime means we're not making money. This guy here though is, like I said, it's a little bit bigger. Normally they're about that big. This guy here has got a beast of a fan in it. I don't know what the hell they put in this, but this thing blows. I mean, it's really pulling some air through it. So breakout board, of course. I've got to wire my 4-pin breakout to my PSU so that when one turns on, it turns the other one on. I still got to do that. Other than that, cable management is probably about as good as I want to get it. Because running these BTC S37s that you're still using risers, occasionally risers do go bad, more so than not. But this is, for me, the best setup that I have found to work with, so that I can get in here and work on it, work with it, replace a riser if need be. I keep extras, but I'm not going to zip tie these together. I did zip tie everything else. All the other leads, all the SATA and the Molex connectors and the 4-pin fan connectors that came with this power supply, I cut off and just capped. Normally I would probably open up the PSU and go inside and take them loose there. On this one, for some reason, call me lazy, I just decided to cap them and put them back here so that if I wanted to add anything back to it later on, I could. But normally I wouldn't have all this, because I'd take the PSU apart and cap it off inside there. Anyway, I'll show you the other GPUs I've got. I showed them in another video sometime back, but it was dark. I just had a lot of people asking everything about it, so I decided to make a short video. But give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, so obviously miner number 2, miner number 3, the one you just seen is miner number 4. And you can see how these, I said, they're just one layer, if you will. They're spaced out about 2 inches. Probably got about 1.5 inches in between each one. Same boards, BTC S37s. Those with the lights you're going to see are the 009 or 9S. Those that you see without are probably a 006 riser. Those guys are notorious. I hate 006, but if I get a good deal on them, I'll buy them in bulk. Other than that, just running a small HDMI monitor. I do have fans on these. I got 120 millimeter fans on those on the back. They're not Delta, just standard case fans. I don't think they do that much help, really. I don't have any fans back here on the back of this one, but I do keep these 18-inch box fans pulling air all the way through. Alright. I got a big 42-inch shop fan to the front of my shop that pulls all the heat out of here. But again, you can kind of see, again, I got a mixture of 006, 009S. One of the things I normally do, you can see how the heat gets to these and the sticky comes loose. So and I had one time where a solder pin pushed through this little pad, if you will, and ground it out. So normally I take a piece of 3M double-sided tape and I run on the back side of this riser right here so that it doesn't do that same thing again. I want to show you one more thing real quick on the other rig, the one I just built. Hold tight. Alright, so I remember sometime back on one of the Facebook groups, one of the guys really liked how I made adjustable, I guess a shelf, if you will, for the GPUs to rest on. And so all I do is, this is 5/16 all thread. Pick this up at Lowe's. Pick up a set of nuts, pack of 10s, like $2. And this is, I bought this as a stick of 36-inch. I think it was about $3 and some change, $3.64, somewhere around there. I cut it to 15-inch sections. And there's a jam nut up under here, one on top, and then there's one under each shelf. So I can adjust these shelves to whatever height I want so that my GPUs are all level and that they have something to rest on. Okay? So if that helps some of you other guys out, you know, cool. That's how I do it, and it works out really good. I can adjust to whatever height I want, which is, you know, how you see these here. So anyway, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to get ready to... I've got to run a new set of wires to my breaker panel. This is going to be on a 20 amp circuit. I'm gonna be running, let's see. So we got a roll of 12 to 100 foot. And this is what I'll be using. I think I've got 2 heavy duty 20 amp outlets. One will be for each PSU, and then one will be each for the box fans that I'll be using. So that'll put me pretty close. I think it puts me at like 16.5 amps total. For that, I max out my 20 amp circuit that I'm going to run, and yeah, that should be it. So really too long of a video. Oh, by the way, I do use Wise Smart outlets so that I can remotely turn off and on my rig if for whatever reason I'm at work and I can't log in, it's done hung up, or something has happened to it. I can log in to this, turn this off, which kills my whole rig, turn it back on, which then powers my rig. One PSU powers on the other PSU. You get the idea. So something to think about if you guys aren't using something like this already. Because nothing's more aggravating than me being at work and I can't log into my rig and I know it's locked up and nobody's home and I'm not making money. That sucks. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys on the next video.